Welcome back to the CUSA Tip-Off Show. Up next, we head west. Let's talk some UTEP hoops. Begin with the ladies. Last season, 11-19 record, 4-14 in Conference USA play. But listen, unlike most teams around this league, they bring back a lot. 4 of 5 starters return, 10 returners in all. This is a team led by Yvonne Tinsaye. She was All-CUSA second team a season ago, preseason All-Conference this year, and Keitha Adams has a star on her hands heading into this season. It just so happens, pleased to be joined by both of them right now. Coach Tinsaye, how you doing? Yvonne, I should say. Coach, I guess when you look at your roster and what you have coming back, that's a luxury to have so many players coming back at this day and age. What's the key to getting that group now to take the next step this season?
Well, we started that in the spring and this summer. We had a great off season, and this summer was really, really good. I think one of the things that, we're hungry after last season. We definitely want to do more this year, and we're doing some things differently this year. We're being very aggressive, both on offense and defense. I think we know a lot more about our team right now than what we did a year ago. A lot of times at the beginning of the year, you have so many new players. There's so much you don't know about your team, and for us, I think we knew last spring what our weaknesses were and things that we needed to work on. I challenged all of our players to really identify what they wanted to get better at. We had a great off season and added some good newcomers, and we're really looking forward to this year.
Coach, you mentioned those newcomers, and I know even with that great group that you have back, you brought in a couple great players, and I'm thinking Legions and Colazo in particular. What are your expectations of those two players?
Well, Surviva brings experience. I think that's one of the things that's always great. And then she brings an ability to score, which we wanted to bring some added offense. Great young lady that is fitting right in. Our group, we've got a good culture. We've got a great work ethic. So I think it's good that for me as a coach that I can put our returners out there to show our newcomers things. And then our newcomers come in, and it's easier because we don't have a whole team of new players. So our returners are leading by example, and all of them are really working hard.
Yvonne, we talked about your accolades a little bit. Over 12 points a game last year, preseason All-Conference this season. If you're Batman, who's your Robin on this team? Who's that other person that you're going to lean on, especially when it comes to the scoring load?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of people that can contribute. I feel like we're a very versatile team, and there's a lot of people who can really make an impact on both ends of the floor. Obviously, Portia and Deck, they had a lot of high-scoring games as well. So I feel like, those two, and then I feel like a lot of people will step up this year as well.
I definitely would have answered that question, but Portia. Yeah.
I love that with the coach's help. Yvonne, what excites you about this season? Obviously, with all these players back, with the new pieces you put in, and, the conference, obviously, preseason doesn't mean anything, but, picked 8th, probably a little low expectation. How excited are you about this season and what this team has to prove?
Yeah, I think it's no secret we have a lot to prove. I think that we're coming into practice with that mindset every day. That's the goal to win games this year. And I think that we're gelling really well as a group. I think we're really versatile. I think that we're going to play really high intensity on both ends of the floor. So I'm excited to get out there with them.
Hey, Coach, last thing, when you look at this group, what do you want the identity of this team to be? When people think of your team this year, this group, what do you want that identity to be?
Well, I think I'd put one word on it as aggressive. But our identity is definitely going to be our defense. We're definitely going to set the tone for ourselves, and we're very committed to working on that every day. But we're definitely finding our identity and with the style that we're playing this year, and some changes we've made both on the offensive end and the defensive end. So aggressive and defense, we're going to get after it.
That sounds like a plan to me. Guys, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Best of luck this season. All right, Kelly, as we look at this group, you talked about some of those portal pickups being significant. This was a team that at times struggled to score the basketball a season ago.
Yeah.
Do you think that this will help in that area?
Well, I think that's been the point in going to that transfer portal, getting some experienced players. You have Survive Allegiance. You heard Coach talk about her. That's a player that can shoot from outside. She's fast in transition. She led her team in points and scoring and assists last season. But on the other side, too, you've got Tatiana, who is also a player that I'm excited about. She scored 54 points in a game last year for her junior college. So, I mean, she's going to be ready, average 17 points a game. She'll be ready immediately and will be a help to this very veteran team. You
hinted at it. So much coming back, picked, tied for 8th. Is this a team that maybe is being undervalued at this point based on what they have coming back? Well,
you know, I think a good coach will put a good spin on it. So yeah, I think she should tell her players that. You know, they're not respecting you, but at this point, you know, you have to let the noise be just what it is, noise, right? You know that you have the expectations of your players. You know that this team has already done some good things under your leadership. You've added, and you've got to let that experience play itself out. Now, do I think it's going to be an immediate impact, you know, once conference play starts? Maybe not yet, but I think as we get into conference play, we're going to watch this experience really have an effect for this UTEP team.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. Well, if they're on one extreme with 10 returns, the UTEP men on the other extreme as they have what feels like almost an entirely new roster. Take a look at what happened last year for Joe Golding's squad. 18-15, 7-11 in CUSA play. A little bit below, certainly, what people were expecting going into the year. They return only 3 players this year. No Otis Frazier, no Corey Camper, 10 newcomers, and 9 transfers, but a lot of talent in those transfers. Caleb Blackwell, Jamal West being a couple of them. It'll be exciting to see how they're able to make those guys mesh. They kick off conference play this year on the road at Louisiana Tech. All right, thrilled to be joined now by head coach Joel Golding along with junior Trey Horton. Coach, let's start with you here. I know last year at times it was a frustrating experience. You rebuild the roster heading into this season. What do you hope this team has, whether it's on the court or in terms of character, that can get you guys back to where you expect to be?
Yeah, we've got 10 new guys. We obviously brought back 4 players. In the recruiting process, we wanted to get back to our identity that I think we hung our hat on the first couple of years, and that's on the defensive side of the ball. We wanted to get more length up front and also in the backcourt, and we wanted to get guys that would buy into each other, playing the game the right way on both ends of the floor, and I think we've done a good job. Obviously, we're yet to play a game. We're just in practice right now, but it's been a fun group to be around.
Coach, with all the new guys you have coming in, you got to be thrilled that Trey is back with you. What have you seen out of him? What will you need out of him as one of those key returners?
Yeah, Trey's been with us now for 3 years, right? And so that's kind of uncommon in today's world of college athletics. And Trey's he's experienced the highs and lows. You know, he played in a conference tournament championship game 2 years ago. He was a big part of our run down there in Huntsville. And then last year, he obviously experienced a not as good tournament in Huntsville, right? And experienced a bad February, March. So he's seen a lot. He's got a ton of experience. Trey was hurt last year. People don't know that. He played through a bunch of stuff that we had to keep quiet. He went through a bunch of adversity. He's done a great job bouncing back this summer. He's lost a bunch of weight, and he's down to 205. He's worked on his conditioning. He's a mature basketball player, and I think he's going to have the best year he's had at UTEP. And the one thing we need from Trey is leadership, right? Again, we talked about the experience that he's had being in this program and what he's done, and we need him to use his voice and be a leader in the locker room.
Trey, you're in the gym every day with this new group. Give us a little sneak peek. Who are some of the newcomers that you've seen really stand out and that you think are going to be impactful early on?
We got a lot of guys that, make a huge impact on the team. Can't really, give you, certain guys, individually, but, down the line, we have just a lot of guys who are coming in and trying to make an impact and want to win and immediately, too. So, I feel like we got a good core right now.
Yeah, Trey, your 3rd year there at UTEP, which, as Coach mentioned, is a little bit unheard of these days, which is so special. Tell us what you love about UTEP. What do you love about your program? What makes you guys special that you said, I'm staying here, I want to be around this program?
I just believe in Coach Golding's, plan for the team and for myself individually as well. What he wants me to become. And I feel like the plan that he's given us the past few years, we just need to execute it. And if we do that at the highest level, then no telling what we can really do.
Coach, last thing, you bring in so many new faces. How does that change the way you go about coaching with so many new people? How do you try to get them to build that chemistry with there being so many new pieces in the program?
Yeah, it's completely different than last year, right? Last year we brought everybody back, and obviously there was a lot of hype around it, and then, we got off to the 15-5 start, and then we didn't play well, right, in February and March, and then you go this year and we got 10 new guys, right? The key thing for us is bringing back 4 guys. Those 4 guys didn't maybe have the role they wanted. They'll have bigger roles this year, all 4 of them. But so you kind of have a little bit of a core there. But that's the unique thing of college basketball now. How quickly can you build your culture, right? And I know culture is the buzzword, but how quickly can you form an identity with this team? How quickly can you, get the pieces that you think in recruiting are going to fit together? Do they really fit together? And you got to go through stuff, right? We'll figure that out in November and March with a brand new team as we play our non-conference schedule. But this group's been a ton of fun. We've kind of disappeared from the map over the last 5 months. We've put our head down. We went to work. There hasn't been a lot of noise on the outside. This team has just been relentless in their work ethic. And I think we're getting back to UTEP basketball, and they've been a fun group to be around. But now, come November, we're going to go on the floor. We're going to have the opportunity to prove ourselves, and I think this group is excited about that opportunity.
Well, Coach, can't wait to see what that looks like. Guys, appreciate you making some time for us today.
Thank you.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for all you guys do for Conference USA.
Absolutely. All right, well, Naz, you take a look at this UTEP roster. Yeah. One of the big question marks, I think, in the conference, not in a negative way. There are a lot of question marks, but just in terms of what can they be with such a new roster?
Yeah, and a lot of turnover, a lot of different, we see with every team's experience, new guys. I think what's different about UTEP is, and Coach mentioned culture, they don't form a culture. I think they know going to UTEP, here's what the culture is going to be.
Right.
It's going to be their style of play, and I really believe Coach Golding goes out and sometimes guys go out, let's get the best player available. I really believe he recruits specifically to their system and their style of play, which is going to be that tough pressure defense, springing traps on people, transition, turning defense into offense. And again, when they're doing that, they're really great. They're going to, if they can, get it clicking, they're a team that could push up toward the top of the conference. And so, when they get back to where they should be, I think they're going to be in really good shape.
You talk about that style. Is there room for improvement in the half court? When you don't get those fast break buckets or the steal, the turnovers, the deflections, do they need to improve in that area? Yeah,
and that's where I think they needed to improve on. And again, there was reasons for some of that. You mentioned injuries and things, but yeah, they're going to do a great job of picking up those other points, but they got to improve on the half court. And when you don't get the turnover or the steal or the run out, can they really run quality offense? And again, they're bringing in guys that have some experience. I think if they can gel and add the half court piece to what they do in transition and pressure, they're going to be right back where they want to be.
This is a team, the first few weeks of the season, pay especially close attention to this group to see what they are becoming, because I don't think anybody knows at this point. It's going to be fun to watch what they develop into. All right, we're going to step aside, but when we come back, we head to the Bluegrass State. What's in store for Western Kentucky hoops this season? Find out when we return.